So, man, congratulations on the victory.
How
It's
you doing?
another one where you take a bit of a drubbing early on and you manage to stay in there and come back late on. Is this just the way you fight? Do you have to take a while to get started, or what's going on?
Man, it was crazy week, man. Battling sickness and stuff like that. I'm not giving excuses at all, and I'm not trying to take away from my opponent. But man, I was sick this week. I couldn't even do my weekly training I usually do leading up to fight week because a lot of congestion and headaches and migraines. We had to improvise. So that wasn't the way I planned on starting, but I mean, that's how the fight went. But I thank God for pushing me through.
When you say you're sick, do you know exactly what it was, or you were just kind of run down? What?
No, I guess it was fever and congestion.
Like the flu?
I don't think it's a flu. Thank God I didn't test positive for COVID.
I was going to say, when you start getting sick, do you start freaking
Yeah,
out?
I was kind of like, dang, was this COVID? But when I had the COVID testing and stuff like that, they said I came out negative. And like, perfect. But I was kind of worried though. But once it came out, the results came out, I was like, okay, it's not COVID, so I could still rally on. So.
Could you feel the effects of it in the cage? Could you feel?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
I was feeling the effects in it in warm up as we were warming up. Usually we do a high intense pace warming up, and I couldn't even continue for like 2 minutes because it's like my coach was like, dude, you gotta push through. Because even though I was kind of sick, I was feeling the effects, delayed effects of it. But we know I had what it takes to push through. You know, I just had to suffer no matter what. We would have fought even if I had a limb falling off. But we just had to push through, and we got that through Christ.
That shows a lot of mental toughness, though, to be able to know in the back in your warm up that you're kind of compromised. To be able to still go out there and perform is a testament to yourself. You must feel very proud of yourself.
Yeah, and I knew it's gonna be some type of thing I'm gonna go through because it was hard, man. It was hard. That's all I could say. It was so hard trying to get that rhythm going on again. But I thank God for pushing me through, and I give all the glory to God.
Could you tell by the end of the second round that he was starting to tire?
Yeah, I could tell by the third minute from the first round when he was on my back because I could hear him breathing on me, and he was panting and breathing, and he was trying to finish it as fast as he can. But I also know my coach was like, turn and face, and I knew what to do, but my body wasn't responding. But I knew he was getting tired, and his legs were also getting tired. So as the round ended and he got off my back, I could I saw him limp to his corner. I saw that little stagger, and I just knew I had him. But I just knew I had to start quicker and push faster.
I'm not sure how sick you're feeling today or now, but how long would you like to chill out outside the cage, and when would you like to get back in there?
I don't know what. Sorry.
A little while.
Whatever the boss gives me, man, I'll go for it. But I do want to take care of make this flushed out of my system and recover fully. Go back to the drawing board and keep staying ready, staying active. That's all we do. We just stay active and be more intelligent, you know.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I just have a silly question for you. At the end of round 2, your opponent had a wardrobe malfunction. Were you aware of that?
No.
So his cup was around the back, and I was just curious if that was something you were aware of, and if that had happened to you, how would that distract you?
I had no clue what he was going through. I didn't know that. I wasn't even looking at him. I just knew he was exhausted. That's all I knew. And I knew I had to push faster in the third round.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
When you're carrying his weight, was there any point that it started to become a struggle for you as well? Because he was on your back for quite some time.
Yeah, he was. I know, but I'm used to carrying hillbillies like Ryan Spann. So Ryan Spann weighs a lot. You know, he's a bigger guy. He's faster, more athletic, more quicker. So I knew if I could deal with him, I could deal with anyone else.
And kind of at the end of that round, I believe it was the end of the second one, you ended right in front of your coach, and there's kind of a moment, and I think you alluded to it there, where the coach is telling you kind of do something, but your body wasn't responding.
Yeah.
There at the end, he's kind of telling you to turn, and you're right in front of him. I think a lot of us watching are like, wow, what's going on? What's going on? How much of that is able to kind of sink in at that very moment? And what is going through your head at the time? Is it because you were holding his arms, he was wrapped around you.
Yeah.
Where was your head at right at that point? How much of what Safe is saying is actually getting into your head there at that very moment?
And you're referring to the first round?
Right. It was either the first or the second one. You ended the round right in front of your coach,
okay.
and he's kind of telling you to turn, and you were kind of just sitting there and sitting there.
When you had my back on the ground?
No, you were standing up. You were standing up right in the corner, right next to him. And I wonder if you even really recounted it.
Yeah, he was telling me what I have to do to get out of that position, but at the same time, I wanted to remain calm, and I don't want to give anything up for it because I know he was a big jiu-jitsu guy. So I wanted to be very cautious of what I do and kind of the erratic erratic movements I make, so he won't capitalize on it.
Okay. Now, also too, and you talked about Ryan. At what point? Because I've heard these guys talk about you.
Yes, sir.
At what point does that start to sink in, and do you believe what your coaches and what your teammates? I think we've seen you out there, and you improve every time. You know, and I think at some point we're just like, man, just throw those hands. We know it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. At what point will you think that you'll start believing what your teammates are saying to you? And how much is there a little bit of self-doubt in the skills? Because you are still new in the sense of how many fights. But are you starting to believe the teammates when they tell you?
I always believe them. They know I believe them, but it's just with what I was going through this week, it was kind of trying to like take my time and make sure I don't make any stupid decisions. But at the same time, I had to just push through the adversity.
And speaking of your story, was that tough? I mean, when the UFC video crew was going through and showing more of your life, did you get any good feedback from people? Because I thought it was very wonderful of you to kind of open up your life a little bit and show a little bit of your backstory.
Yes.
Was that tough as well? And was that something that you were glad to kind of share with fans and with people watching the UFC?
Yeah, it was kind of. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
My coach was like, "You gotta let them do it. You gotta let them do it." So they ended up doing the video, and that's pretty much it.
Does it get easier to share more of yourself to the UFC? Because I think when I first saw you, you were always very quiet, but I feel like we're seeing you kind of open up a little bit. Is it tough of you to kind of share your life with people?
Yeah, not really. I don't really like to show my life and share that with people. I just try to keep it within myself. But this is the professional stage. You have to make sure you capitalize on all the opportunities they're offering you. So I thank God for everything the UFC has done for me and given me. I really appreciate that. Thank Dana White. I thank McMahon. It's a pleasure to be able to have the opportunity provided by them.
And going into that last round before you finished him, what were the words that your teammates and your coach were telling you? Did you know that he was pretty much compromised, and that if you stuck it to him, that you would be able to get something?
Yeah, absolutely. That third round, he had a poker face on him, but I could make that read, and I know I know when the fighter's exhausted. So, but I just had to push through, and I just wanted to pour it on him because I know he was feeling the pressure and he was feeling the pace, and I know if I'm able to put that pace on someone at 30%, imagine if I was at 100%. So again, I thank my coach, for bringing me through this, my teammate Ryan Spann, and my teammate Zumar Archer.
And lastly, for me, when you get back to the gym, I know this fight just happened, but in the back of your mind, what do you know that you want to work on from what you saw happen in this fight?
I want to work on skill set, more movement, more wrestling, jiu-jitsu, everything else. But my coach knows we gotta still tune up my skills and make kind of brush off the little harsh parts around it. But we have to still focus on skill. Because at this level, you can't lack. If you're slacking in one certain discipline, you could get finished. And there's a lot of people. Everyone in this league, in this UFC promotion, is skilled. So you have to make sure you can't be slacking in that department.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
Thank you.
Congrats
so
on the
much.
victory.
Thank you, sir.